Alright guys, time to dust off the camera. Been a little busy. Really nothing too much car stuff going on, so that's why I kind of hung back for a little bit. I want to do a little bit of talking real quick before we check in with the Grand Ams. I'm shooting this now and hopefully gonna turn around and upload it, so I won't be able to get over to get a look at the Camaros, but for those curious, Albert's motor's coming along pretty well after the little stink we had with it having some issues. They have it almost all the way together. As far as Brad's Camaro, his is pretty much ready. We just gotta get it fired up to tune the carb, finish getting his new seats in, headliner, and then a couple wiring things, and it should be ready, road ready at least. He does have a new fresh rear end to put in, but we'll just take a weekend to do that at some point. Now, as far as the channel, as I'm shooting this, I'm coming up on 700 subs, which is pretty crazy. Never thought that would even be a thing. This started as just sharing information for people to look at. I'm setting a goal for 1,000. Now I say 1,000 because that would, I believe, enable me to run live streams for mobile at least, and with the new GoPro I got, it supposedly is able to do all that. So it's really cool to utilize the GoPro for, you know, everything that it's advertised for. So if you've already subbed and you follow, you know, thanks for that. Appreciate that. Continue sharing it and getting the word out there so we can hopefully make that goal. Another thing with the channel is, you know, I've been thinking about merch. So let me know if merch is a good idea, and if it's a good idea, what kind of things would you guys be interested in? You know, shirts, stickers, hats, lanyards. What do you think? If it does become a thing, I'm gonna take the name and get some help in making a logo out of it, so it'll be a little more spiced up than just KMF and GAGT. Also kind of along those lines of events, I've got a calendar set up that I've started filling in for possible ideas. You know, if I see a date, a time, I throw it on the calendar just so it's on there. So nothing's really set in stone yet as to, you know, for sure going outside of a cruise that I'm doing here in May. So feel free to share that, whether it be in the comments on this video or you know, find me on the social media pages. Share the event, share the details, whatever, and I'll add it in and see what I can do. I don't mind traveling. You know, I'm a little bit limited as far as traveling, but you know, I do what I can. You know, weekends obviously a little bit easier for those that are farther away and aren't able to actually see it in person, get you guys to see it. And even depending on, you know, what Tanner's schedule looks like, you know, bring his car along too now that it's pretty much road ready. Take all that in, throw me some feedback, and we'll see where we take the channel from here. Let's go check in on the Grand Ams and we'll wrap up this update. So Tanner's car, yeah, so it's like you saw it before, it's all one piece, ready to roll. It starts, it runs. However, we need to get it on the road to actually do some road tuning. The cam is being a little more difficult than I thought it was going to be. Outside of that, the only thing I want to get installed is I found these guys. So a wideband and a boost gauge, boost vacuum. At least the boost vacuum one installed, because we do have him ready to go here. Get that installed because I believe the top one, the Air Force gauge is how you had two. That top one finally died, so we're just gonna get rid of it. We'll keep the one for the time being. It still works, so we'll still use it. We'll just trade out the one, and then the wideband will go on later because the sensor goes in the downpipe of the turbo. So that's really all that's left for Tanner's. So then that brings us to this guy. Well, this girl, whatever. So brought her home. She drove fine getting here. I was able to find our trans fluid, so we got to get that changed out. I got to get that boot back on. That's really it for her. I've driven it a couple times and everything seems to be good. Yeah, really no changes from last year. Oh, I do need to address the clutch line because I did find it is rubbing right on the crossover for the turbo. So when we get into to change the fluid, I'll mess with it, but I definitely need to get that fluid done. I'm gonna get it in, up on all four jack stands, and do a complete, like I was gonna track it kind of checklist fluids, tires, suspension, anything I can think of, go over it, because the cruise I'm going on is all around Ohio, starting in Marietta and kind of going clockwise up and around. So I think something like 700 miles is what I calculated, which she's done 1,000, 1,500 one-way trips just fine. But that build's going on 2 years old now, with a little bit of abuse now. So just good to keep up on it. Get it out of storage, get it up, check everything up front to back, and make sure we're all good. Definitely go back over the suspension a couple times after I drive it, just to make sure everything from doing the sway bars is locked in. That's it for this update. Not sure what will be next. I have a couple random videos I'd like to do if I have some time to do it. Yeah, the first event you guys are going to see on here is probably going to be that cruise. So look forward to that and whatever else I put out there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.